First moto didn't have a great start. That's actually the downside of my days today. Two motos, a couple bad starts. Came through the first lap really good and got into a good position, and then first moto worst work position after position, kind of picked some guys off, ended up 7th, I think, 67, I don't even know. Somewhere there, but I was really happy with the way I rode. My lap times were solid the whole moto. We had a real good week with the Monster Energy Kawasaki team, and felt great. And then second moto, average start again, and then on the first lap I hit a rock, something, popped the rear brake, so I had no rear brake from after the finish line on the first lap there for the whole moto. That first lap was hairy, nearly ran into a bunch of guys, nearly took out the whole field up the first hill. I just didn't realize I didn't have any brakes until I got to the turn, and so yeah, it was a bit of a bummer for that one. Just had to ride around, salvage a moto, and took an 11th, which I was kind of bummed. Broke my top 10 streak, so just move on to next week, Millville.
Hey, how was the heat?
What's that?
How was the heat?
The heat was hot today, humid. Handled first moto really good. Second moto I didn't really ride hard enough to get the heat bothering me, so yeah, I got through today pretty good.
Bud's Creek was pretty fun. I liked how the track was a little wider today. Ended up 8-7 for 7th overall. Decent day, not my strongest ride like the last couple weeks, but felt like it was solid. I need to improve on my starts and try to get up with those guys earlier on.
How was the weather for you today?
The weather was hot. You know, the digits weren't up there, but it was definitely humid and taxing on the body. But I think my body responded pretty well, and I was excited to get through it how I did.
Yeah, weekend was good. First moto was awesome. The whole JGR Toyota and Fab Yamaha team was 1, 2, 3 off the start, so that was awesome. Shows the horsepower we got. And then yeah, I was running 4th and tucked the front first moto. We came from 26 to 12, which I was kind of bummed about. I really wanted to get 2 motors inside the top 10. So the second moto I had a terrible start. Worked my way up into 8th. Rode there, tried to get Shorty a little bit, but Shorty rode good, so I came back to, yeah, like I said, I got 8th, went 12, 8, 4, 9, so this is my last race till Unadilla, so take a few weeks off, go to Loretta's, watch all the Club MX boys, and yeah, maybe take a week off and enjoy myself.
Hey, how was the heat for you today?
Yeah, no, he didn't bother me. I'm actually happy that we finally had a hot national, so you know, when it's 65 degrees out, everybody can go fast, so yeah, down at Club we ride when it's 95 to 105 with the humidity and stuff, so it's good. It separates people, and yeah, I liked it.
I think you had an advantage because this track looks a lot like the JGR track.
Yeah, it was like the hills and stuff. It's kind of like the JGR track. It's also a little bit like the Club track, kind of sandy, so same with Redbud last weekend and Millville next weekend. But yeah, it was track was awesome today. They could have ripped it up at a few spots, made a few more lines. It was really hard to pass. But yeah, it was good. They said they were going to leave it a little bit hard pack, which they did. Kind of disagreed with, but all in all, it was a good racetrack and it got rough.
Weekend was okay. Whole shot at first moto, and actually felt okay up front. When Roczen went by me up where the old finish is, I got hit by a rock in my hand, and it's pretty swelled up, and actually I thought it was broke right away. I'm like, no way. You know, you never want that to happen, and so I actually debated to pull off or not to pull off, but that was a jab.
That's all right.
But I just gutted it out, went to the Astros mobile medical unit in between, found out it wasn't broke, which then it kind of like gave me some relief, and rode okay. Second moto, just still really hard to hang on, hard to use my front brake, and you know, ended up 9th. So bummer, but at least it's not broken. We can keep building this week into Millville.
It was good. I feel like I rode good. I just bad start first moto. Second moto, I was up in the front like 7th or something, and I fell. I was pretty bummed about that, or angry. But I came from the back again and caught up to 10th. Got 10th overall.
But Mr. Popular, work on that image.
But yeah, I feel like I rode good. So happy for next week.
Are you like exceeding your expectations, or you came in halfway through the year and?
No, I mean now I feel like I should be doing good. My elbow's getting stronger, and I feel like with the KTM and WP guys we tested this week. I felt a lot more comfortable on my bike. I finally was able to get in like a normal day of training this week too. So I expect to be up there now.
Today here at Butts Creek was good. You know, I won the first race. Didn't have the best start, but not the worst. So came from the back again and could finish that off in first place. And then second moto, I grabbed a decent start and I banged my knee on the, I don't know what it was, like I stumped it on the ground and then I hit something and there's like a funny bone on the inside, and it actually took me a couple of laps to, you know, get my breath because it hurt it quite a bit, and then I kind of just rode around, wasn't really feeling it, and finished that one in second place. Obviously I'm not 100% stoked, but I definitely am keeping my head up because didn't lose any points, and Ryan was riding good today. He was good here last year too, so now we're going to his hometown or home state, and I'm ready for Millville. You know, I usually like that place, and I'm ready for it.
When you're on the track, are you calculating like, okay, Ryan has this many points, I have this many, or are you just pinning it?
No, I'm just going for wins. You know, I like winning too much to be able to just ride consistent, so that's what I'm doing, and always want to finish in front of him.
How was the heat for you today?
The heat wasn't, I mean, obviously it was one of the warmer ones, but me living in Florida now, I've adjusted to it really good, so it doesn't really bother me that much anymore. I almost feel like we need it to be able to get to be able to make a difference, but for some reason, surprisingly, we didn't really have that much gap in between the first and, let's say, fourth, where in previous races when it was cooler and I actually thought it was much easier, we had like almost a minute, so yeah. It was backwards a little bit, but I'm ready for the heat, no problem.
Our weekend here at Butts Creek was really good. You know, we got off to some really good starts, and that was really important with this track, I think. And then ended up second the first moto, just came up a little bit short of the win, and then the second moto we won, and you know, got the whole shot and led every lap. So that was really cool. Bike was on point and everything felt good. So a little bit improvement from last weekend. I was a little kind of bummed, but this weekend I was more happy with the performance of myself and the bike. So.